This is a video about excuses and why you don't need them. Okay, so I was raised to believe that I was capable of anything. Funny then that I spend most of my time not achieving very much in the grand scheme of things. I make films, I make these 2-minute videos for your entertainment, but it's hardly curing cancer, let's be frank about it. However, there are a few things that I have learned that might be useful to you. The first and most important thing about being creative and producing work is this: everyone makes excuses, but those that make the fewest prosper. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about me. I used to be someone who made excuses all the time. I can't do X because of Y. I came up with the reasons why I couldn't achieve what I wanted. Most of the time, I was careful to select things that I had no control over as a good excuse. When it comes to production, whether that be me trying to get a documentary finished or even one of these videos made, a lack of money is often a great excuse that many people utilize. Well, obviously, I'd have made Avatar if I had Jim Cameron money. I'd obviously have made a better record than Electric Ladyland if, you guessed it, I had the money. It's funny, the older you get, the more you realise you and everyone around you is almost always completely full of shit. It's a wonderful liberation of the mind to realise that everyone, no matter how popular or successful, uses deception about themselves in an almost daily routine of bullshit. It's used to either get what they want or to work towards what they want. Nobody is their Facebook self, for example. There are, however, a few exceptions to this, and I sometimes, in my more productive moments, have first-hand experience of this. Doing what I do outside of YouTube isn't easy. Making films, especially about the things I do, means getting the fucking thing made is a constant struggle. Funding is often scarce, and technically I have to do every single job in the chain at least once during production. Because of this, I learnt one very important lesson. When you're in charge, there are no excuses. There's no excuse you can use to make failure okay. As a director, your job is to be the guy who has to make things happen. If you don't, nobody will, and that's the bottom line. Now, there can be a lot of pressure with that. There's a reason why I'm bald, and it can be difficult to apply that to everyday life, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. Put simply, the universe doesn't give a shit whether you succeed or not. There isn't a grand plan. There is no such thing as destiny. Everything you want, everything you desire is your responsibility. For most of us, nobody will just deliver it to us. Obviously, there are trust fund twats who don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about, but most of you will. Learning that the world doesn't care or even notice you until you make it pay attention is the most painful lesson a creative person can learn. The reason it's painful is because of this. It leaves you with nowhere to hide, no excuses to make. Either you make your work relevant, or you join the ranks of people with potential who work in Starbucks until they're 40. Put that way, I know which I'd rather be. Later, fegs!